Hey there, it's Martha, and if you're new, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. I know I said last week there probably wouldn't be a video this week, but I have a couple things. It's enough to make a short little video and catch up, tell you a little bit about where I was last week, and that way I don't have to hold on to Empties for 10 days and completely forget my thoughts. But I was thinking ahead. I did put some post-it notes on a few of these because I thought it was going to be like 2 weeks before I got a chance to talk about them. But I have enough in here. So if you're interested in catching up and seeing what I warmed, then stick around. All right, we're going to start with Scentsy. Now, I don't have any bars, but I have a brick. I finished a brick. So I came home last night. So today's Sunday, came home late Saturday. And first thing you do after being gone for like 5 days, at least me, is what should I warm? And I wanted to warm something that I'd smelled before so I can enjoy it for a few hours, know it would go through the night and, smell it in the morning. And it was great. This is a very strong performer. It's not a punch you in the face, but it's strong. It's got great throw. This is a nice, clean, all year round scent. It's got sea salt. It's got Valencia oranges. It's got this beautiful, creamy avocado. It is a green scent. It's a fresh scent. And I just figured after coming home, it was like, I just wanted something like that. This also lasts a long time. So this is from April of 2023, and I finished it. And I was so much better for a while there of warming bricks every Sunday, and then I kind of fell off that horse and never got back on. But I did have 2 cubes that I noticed. I'm like, this is perfect. This will be perfect. I'll finish this brick. I do have another one that was sent to me in friend mail, and so we're good. So I did warm this one and enjoyed it, and yeah, so I'll tell you a little story here. So I was gone for work. I was gone Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So that's a lot of days of not warming. But to be honest, I also didn't miss it like in the past. Like I've taken trips before and I'm waking up thinking, I wish I was warming this or I wish I was warming that. Maybe it was because I brought my Scentsy Go and I did get a chance to play or smell some pods. This one is Wild for Fall. And one of my favorite scents, I have this in the bar. It's in my Scentsy club. For me, it's just such a pretty tree and citrus. It's got like the citrusness to it, but a tree scent, but it's not like Christmas tree or overly tree. It's just a really great scent. It's a good performer. And so I have this with me in my Scentsy Go. I didn't forget to take it this time. And it was nice to have that in my hotel room. But I didn't like miss wax. And it was also kind of a detox from, I guess, technology in a way as well. So that was nice. It was nice to just, take a few steps back, see what's actually in front of me, which is why I decided not to vlog it as well. I was thinking about vlogging my trip. I took some photos, of course. I didn't not take photos. I want to go back to scrapbooking a little bit and doing like a travel journal. So I took photos. I wrote stuff that I did at the end of the night. I use an app and I've been using it now for like 6-7 years, which is pretty cool because I can go back to any day for the past 7 years and like, what were my thoughts that day? What was going on that day? It's called Day One. I know there's been other kind of journal type apps that have come out, but Day One I've been using for a long, long time. So I wrote where I went, where I ate, restaurants we saw, and things like that. And it was a lot of fun. It's my 3rd time being in Washington, D.C., but my first time getting a couple days off to go explore. And so I wasn't really on Facebook at all. I did, check in with our friends in Florida to see how they're doing. I did have a coworker of mine who was with me. She lives in Tampa and her house, she's going to have to rebuild completely. So just hearing from her, all that was going on was sad. And it just, kind of taking this step back and step away and really not thinking about wax and other things is refreshing. And also makes you realize like what's just like right in front of you. Who are the people next to you, in front of you, what's in front of you, and not kind of on this phone, which I don't even have with me, where I'm like, phone. I don't even have my phone with me. It's downstairs somewhere. And it's like, I'm okay with that. And it's nice to not have that be like a cuff, a handcuff in a way, and just be in the moment. So I didn't vlog my trip. And I got to step away, and you just get a new perspective, I think, on things when you do step away, when you're kind of in it. And, and then there's like drama and, and then, whether it's at work or whatever, it's just like, in the big scheme of things, all that stuff doesn't really matter. I'm just glad that at least many that I know, that I reached out to and checked in on or heard from, are fine, safe. And, the other things, it's going to take time. I hope many of you have power in Florida by now, but I know that's going to take some time, and it's tough. So my friend and coworker, she has a sister in Pennsylvania, so she'll rebuild but then stay with her sister, and then take it one day at a time. So all of this stuff that was going on this past week, whether it was my little vacation, my social media detox, or what was going on in Florida, it just kind of it just changes your perspective a little bit, kind of gets you out of wax and, other things where sometimes you just get this narrow focus. And when I woke up this morning, a friend of mine texted me and said she missed my videos. So I appreciate that as well. So I am doing this, even though I said I probably wasn't last week, but I did warm some stuff. So let's get back to that, and enough about me chatting. All right. So I warmed last week Frankenstein. This is from Traverse City Wax Co. This is buttery cupcakes, sweet pumpkin, crushed pecan, and vanilla bean. Now, I was looking forward to this for so long. This is from April 2024, so it's definitely had time to sit and cure, and they come in these pretty little bakery bags. And this is the first time, actually it's not, when I think about friend mail that I've gotten. I have received these kind of flowers from, there's one in here actually that I warmed, but although it smells so good, like on cold, I can smell this. I mean, I do have to get close. I couldn't smell anything in my warmers. On warm, I couldn't smell anything. And I'm like, is it the bags? Is it, what is it? Because it smells good. Like, I can smell it. And so I was really bummed out because I was kind of waiting to melt this in October because of the name. And it did not perform for me. So that made me sad. I did hear from some folks that also have an issue smelling this particular scent. So Ashley Overly mentioned to me that she can't smell this either. It's just the scent. She doesn't have an issue with other scents from Traverse City Wax Co. So that's weird, right? It's just something in the nose, something in my nose. I know this is a favorite scent of Chris from Dazzling Scents with Chris. So I mean, I'll try it again. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe it was in my nose. I think too, not melting wax for 5 days or so. Maybe I should melt it today. Because I was starting to feel of warming and melting something every day and really not giving my nose a break. Like, as soon as I'm done with something, or as soon as I can't smell something, I would switch it out. And I think maybe it's nice to not melt something for a while, or even 2 days. And this has happened. I've seen people do this in the perfume community, which they'll kind of just in a way detox their nose and then they come back and they can smell things much stronger, much better after just giving their nose a little reset. I guess maybe the moral of this video is reset, whether it's social media or whatever. Not a bad idea. So maybe I'll try that again tonight and see if it changes anything. But speaking of Traverse City Wax, I did warm strawberry sugar milk, and I think it's cupcakes at Tiffany's, CCT. This is sweet strawberries, buttery cupcakes, fruity frosting, and sugar milk. This was a gift or a friend mail from April, and I had this warming last night, and it's still in there. I can't smell it as much anymore, but it's definitely been probably about 15 hours or so. But I could smell it. And I smelled it even this morning. I smelled it, like at noon a couple hours ago. So this did perform. And it was one of those flowers that I showed from that looked, what am I trying to say? One of the same flowers that comes in one of these bags. So this one I enjoyed. And I don't like cupcakes at Tiffany's, but I got it a little bit. That what I call a funky foot smell, a tiny bit, but for the most part, I did enjoy this because of the other notes in this. So that is strawberry, sugar milk, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. Then I have, let's do this one here. This is from the Melted Mousse. This is called Haunted Latte. This is pumpkin donut and vanilla latte. This was poured August of last year from the Melted Mousse. Now this one I said super light on cold. I put half the remaining souffle, which is what I had left in here, in the candle crock because when I smelled it, I'm like, this is really light. I've had some trouble with the Melted Mousse in open space. And I had half a souffle, so I just dumped it all in a candle crock, and that helped. So I got a light to medium in the candle crock, but it was fine. It was I got a little bit of that pumpkin vanilla scent, and I melted this at the same time as, what was it? I'm almost sure it was this one. This was Witch Please from Zeep. This is coconut cream, caramel pralines, and espresso. This lasted about 4 hours. I had this since October of 2023. And so that is Basic Witch. I really do enjoy this scent a lot. This has that espresso and that, the Melted Mousse was a latte. So this overpowered, of course, the half souffle that I had in the candle crock, but I really do enjoy this scent from Zeep. I got a little bit of that coconut cream, but it was a nice cream. I got that espresso, which is really pretty. I think I like espresso more than just coffee. And you got some sweetness from the caramel pralines, but it wasn't like a burning sugar kind of scent that I get often in caramel. It was a light caramel, like it's there, but it wasn't, I didn't get that burnt note that I get sometimes with caramel. So I think I have another one of these. Really enjoy this one. I would buy this again. So that is Witch Please from Zeep. Although it only lasted 4 hours, but for an espresso scent, I'm fine with that because I would have taken it out. If I put it in about 8 and it was about noon, 12:30 when I took it out, it's like, that's perfect because I just don't want to be smelling coffee all day. All right. From that Smell Good shop, I got, I warmed. Okay, I'm like, what were my notes? I don't even know what I wrote on here, but this is Bates Motel. This is glazed strawberry cookies. And this one I warmed in the bedroom and I put no. So this is a no for me. I would not repurchase. It was an okay performer, but no on the scent. And I think I only had 3. So this was in friend mail that I got from Shijo. And I think it was the strawberry. I don't know, because I've smelled her strawberry before in other blends and I liked it. So something about the glazed strawberry or the cookie in here, I just didn't care for the scent. So that's Bates Motel. Then I warmed in Open Space, also from that Smell Good shop, is Green Tea and Cucumber, Lemongrass and Spearmint. This had a very strong start, is what I said. It lasted... Oh, I'm like, okay. I was like, why did I say 3 to 9 hours? That's a big difference. See, this is why. I'm glad I didn't wait to record this video. So it was strong for the first 3 hours. That's, I think, what I was writing in here. But it lasted on kind of a low, strong, and then just kind of died down and then hung low for about 9 hours before I took it out. So that's That's what my little notes are trying to tell me here. So I did like this, really nice. If you like tea scents, I think that Smell Good shop, at least from the little bit that I've gotten to try, thank you to Shijo, does a really nice tea scent. So this green tea and cucumber, again, was another day where I felt like I'm getting a lot of bakery, a lot of pumpkin. I wanted something different. And I was also, this was on Sunday, so I wanted to warm something nice, knowing that my landlord was going to come in here at one day that week, and I didn't want like a heavy like pumpkin smell lingering. And so it was kind of a nice, clean, refreshing scent. So I did enjoy that a lot. That was green tea and cucumber, lemongrass, and spearmint from that Smell Good shop. All right, from Sassy Girl Aroma, got my notes here. I warmed Young Frankenstein. This is wild berries, cream, zucchini, sweet cherries, coconut, and creamy vanilla. This is from a year ago, October 2023. And I said I warmed this in open space. It started out strong, but it died out quickly, about 3 hours. So this lasted about 3 hours for me, which is kind of unusual for Sassy Girl Aroma. Most of the time, very strong, very long lasting. But yeah, this one was not that. I've also found that this one, what was in here? It's the coconut. It was very, got this coconut, little bit of waxiness to it. So unfortunately, I liked Young Frankenstein. I didn't love Young Frankenstein. I don't know that I would repurchase this one. I think, the coconut's like, okay. It almost reminds me a little bit of like a wild berry mousse, but it's got cherries as well. I have found that I am not a fan of wild berry mousse. I know a lot of people love it. So for me, this one was just okay. It was not a strong performer and not a long-lasting one. So that is Young Frankenstein. Then the other one I warmed from Sassy Girl Aroma last week, was Midnight Silence. This is black tea, citrus smoke, chocolate, pepper, and floral notes. This was also gifted to me from Shijo, and it is one of her favorite perfumey scents. And I would agree, this was fantastic. So when and if this comes back, Midnight Silence, I would absolutely buy in a brittle. And I don't like chocolate. Chocolate is a no scent for me. Didn't even get any chocolate in this. So I'm glad that Shijo, that you sent this to me, because I would have not purchased this just based on seeing chocolate in the scent notes. I don't get any chocolate at all. I do get a touch of that pepper. It's just adding like a little spice. I mean, it's just black pepper. I know some people ask what that smells like, and it's what you think it smells like, but it's not like a heavy dose of it, but it's just they're adding a little spice to it. This was a very perfumey scent. It was very strong. It was long lasting. So, much better performer than Young Frankenstein. I warmed this in this bedroom and the bedroom next door, and just, it kept going. I left this on all day, all night, because it was so beautiful. So that is Midnight Silence from Sassy Girl Aroma. And last but not least is Carbs with Ghoul Friends from Rose Girls. This is a favorite of mine. I've purchased this a few times, so you know what I'm gonna say. That I would rebuy this again, but here's the but. I would rebuy this again, but I would melt it sooner than later. This is from last year. I remember last year, I looked in my notes when I was taking this out of my spreadsheet. I said, strong performer, loved it, would rebuy. This time around, it smelled a little lighter in the bag, even though I double bagged it. I smelled a little, on cold. I used about 4.5 ounces in open space, and I would say it was lighter than I recall last year, especially if I put strong performer in my spreadsheet. I would not say that today if I had melted it before. This was a light to medium performer for me in open space. Whereas last year, when I first got it, I got this in October and I melted it on Halloween. I remember that. So And I think that's just kind of, again, I hate making generalizations, but I do feel with Rose Girls, one, I don't feel like you need a lot of cure time. Like it's good to go. Two, if you have bakery, I do feel it gets lighter over time. Not all her scents. Some scents like Salem, I mean, there's pumpkin pecan waffle, but there's other things in it. If it's just like a lot of bakery, like this one, vanilla, cookies, bread, pumpkin. I mean, it's marshmallow. I mean, it's a very bakery scent. I would warm those sooner than later. Now, if it's scents that have some bakery, but with coffee or, you know, sandalwood or amber or things like that, those for me have continued to perform really well even a year later. So just, you know, test things out when you get them. And then if it's bakery, I think in general, not just Rose Girls, but in general, isn't necessarily going to get stronger. But test it because every vendor's a little different, and it's part of the fun in exploring. So thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for letting me, take some time off and allowing me to just kind of be in the background a little bit. I did chat with some folks while I was away, and also thank you so much for everyone that has, purchased from me, has done some shopping on my Scentsy personal website. It really means a lot to me. I'm like just completely in awe and so appreciative of those who have ordered from me and sent me friend mail. I came home and I had some friend mail, and I don't share all the friend mail on video, especially if someone says, let's just keep it between us. This is from someone in the community, not a YouTuber, but someone in the community. And thank you so much. She knows how much I appreciated that. It was so great to come home to some friend mail. And what else? I did record a perfume video before I went on vacation and before my business trip. I did record it. So hopefully whatever I said in there isn't going to seem out of date, because I did intend to drop it, this past week, like on Thursday or Friday while I was in Washington, D.C. And I didn't because, again, I'm like, I don't want to be on vacation and then feeling like I need to respond, because I like to respond to people, within a day or two. And again, I think that was part of like, just like pretend YouTube doesn't exist. It's fine. It's totally fine. And so I will drop it this week since it's already ready to go. And then Friday live. So I'm going to have a Friday live with some friends, and we're going to go over the Knowles Farm Scents pre-order list. So Travis is giving us a sneak peek, and I hope you will join us live. I'm still working out details, so that's why I'm not saying more. But mark your calendars, and we're going to talk some wax. It's been, I can't remember. It's been since like July, I think, since I've been on a live. And many of us have been on a live. It's been several months. So looking forward to just chatting live and the connection there. So that's coming this Friday. And I do know that April, Stephanie, and Chris are in, waiting to hear from one more. And that's it. That's all I have for now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I'm glad to be back. I'm looking at my melting basket right now going, what am I going to warm right now? Because I haven't warmed anything yet. So I have a lot to catch up on. Yeah, look at this. I better get cracking, because I have a lot in my melting basket here that I need to warm, and we're now almost halfway through the month. So let me let you go, and I'm going to go figure out what I'm going to melt right now. All right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.